Hello there, this has been Fornier, Benevolent Satacorum. Sorry for talking through the cutscene here, but I'd rather it not get copyright claimed by any jerk that's also played it and uploaded the content. That's what happened with the cutscene from StarCraft 1, some jerk who did the entire thing. Oh well, oh, I guess it's not going to show anymore. Oh well, I'm going to do the tutorial then anyway. There's not an option for showing a cutscene? Ah well, let's just do the tutorial. I had actually done this and the first mission, although I'm scheduling the mission I did as of like 12 hours from now. But anyway, let's do this. Yeah, I was gonna have the cutscene play from the intro where it's like the Tim Curry guy and all the armored dolphins dude and whatever talking, but here's red versus blue, right? Not really.
Oi! Welcome to Command & Conquer Red Alert 3.
Do you ever wonder why we're here?
I'm an Allied Guardian tank, and these brats and I are here to tell you about how we think you should be doing your job. Sir.
Yes. We've temporarily called a truce to make sure you do not send us to our deaths needlessly. To begin with, we will tell you how to move your viewpoint around the battlefield, and how to command your units, including the best ones, such as me, the Soviet hammer tank. Just look at this body compared with the teeny little Japanese tank to my left.
Shut up!
Ow!
Please excuse him, sir. Let us begin.
Oh, blimey. Right, okay. To move your camera around the battlefield, just hold down the right mouse button and slide your mouse around.
There we
Try
go.
moving your camera now.
You may also move your cursor to the far edges of the screen.
Easy enough. Now, to rotate the camera, hold down the middle mouse button and move the mouse around.
Try rotating your camera now.
To zoom the camera in and out, simply slide your mouse wheel.
Try zooming your camera now.
As you go about fussing with the camera, sir, remember you can always click the middle mouse button to reset the viewing angle.
My goodness, Commander. You've completed your first objective.
Right proper you have. Objectives, as you might have surmised, are special goals you need to accomplish in order to progress through the campaigns.
In general, objectives will be labeled using special markers out on the battlefield. Follow the on-screen indicators to get to them.
If at any time you're not sure what the blazes you're supposed to be doing, hit the escape key to pay a visit to the
Here we go, there's the escape
mission
key.
menu. It'll list all your current objectives.
Good. Now that you have an idea for how to move around the battlefield, let's move on to controlling your units. Here come some of our hated enemies now.
Right, to select a unit, just left-click on it.
Try selecting one of these allied peacekeepers.
Nice. He's definitely one of ours, sir.
You may also hold down the left mouse button and drag your mouse. This will create a selection box. Any units inside the selection box will be selected. And if you want more units added to your selection, hold down the shift key and drag a selection box around those units. Okay, now that we've reminded you how to select units, you'll need to move them around the battlefield. Ow!
I was getting to that. To move your units, whilst having them selected, click the right mouse button on any open terrain.
Try moving your units to the designated area up ahead.
Ten for sure.
Try not running me over.
They obey you without
Extra
question.
crunchy.
Notice, Commander, how the darkened area of the battlefield revealed itself as your forces drew near. This darkened area is the fog of war and represents parts of the battlefield that may be hiding enemy troop movements. Be careful when venturing into unseen areas, and use your scouts to survey the terrain before committing your forces. Now, up ahead are some dummy targets that you are going to destroy. They resemble real-life Soviet conscripts, but I assure you they are merely robots we created for this exercise. See how foolishly they behave?
They seem so real. Observe that you can distinguish your forces from the robots based on the colored blips in the radar in the upper right corner of your battlefield control display. The color of the blips refers to the color of the different sides involved in a battle.
If you encounter different colored blips as you clear the fog of war, those are likely enemy forces, so be prepared.
Right. So, to issue an attack order to your units, whilst having them selected, put your cursor over a target and click the right mouse button.
Notice that as you move your mouse cursor over those dummies, it changes to an attack cursor.
Destroy all the target dummies in the area.
I got him.
So long, you stupid robots.
Bloody robots! Now, in addition to issuing attack commands on specific targets, you can have your units move and attack any enemies along the way.
To issue an attack move command, while having your unit selected, just press the A key and the right click on any open terrain. You can issue attack move orders on the radar as well.
Now look there.
Welcome to Burger
We
Kong.
need you to lead us to that strategic
Made
point.
out of 100%
Many
pure
robots
gorilla
stand
poop.
in the way. If you please, issue an attack move order to strategic point. You have the command. Lead us to victory.
Watch. Hold it right there.
Time to make everything extra crispy.
Board
Let's
and
go to
cover.
here first.
He's going down. Tango's dead ahead.
Yeah, should have just kept going, I guess. There's probably a door you have to get to the garrison in there, which wastes time. Oh well, there we go. We're done with the first part. Excellent, comrade.
Now that's a fine job you did there, Commander. You now know how to move
Commander.
around the battlefield, as well as how to make your forces shoot their enemies dead.
Indeed.
What if you shot
We
them
suggest
alive?
You move on to the next lesson on building a military base
Like
for further
zombie bullets
instruction on
of
properly
doom.
commanding an army.
See you there.
Alrighty. Yay, we won, woo. Alright, next, establishing a base. Need additional pylons. Need additional Cylons. Extra crunchy.
Good to have you, Commander. In this mission, we'll be reminding you all about constructing a base for each of the factions. We'll start with the Allies for obvious reasons.
They need to get a
First
scorpion
things
tank
first
and it
up,
could be like,
on the
hello
right side
Sheila.
of the screen is the sidebar, which is where you manage all your base construction and unit production.
Here we have one of the hated Allied mobile construction vehicles. The MCV will unpack into a construction yard. To unpack it, select it, then click on its special ability button at the bottom right of your screen. Go on, don't be shy.
Observe the ghosted image of the construction yard attached to your cursor. Now left-click anywhere on open terrain to open your MCV to unpack at that location.
Very fancy, no?
Best remember to use the F hotkey as a shortcut to your unit's special abilities.
In general, special abilities are executed with the left mouse button, or cancelled with the right mouse button. However, the right mouse button is used for basic orders.
Bear in mind that there may be impassable areas of the map where you're not allowed to place down your structures. When you try to place a structure down over impassable or unbuildable terrain, red cells will appear on the build grid indicating that you're unable to place a structure there.
Now that your MCV has unpacked into a construction yard, you should have some new construction options available to you. To access your production structure's build queue, select the con yard, or click on the production tab that's flashing. Whoa, look at what we have here. Looks like you have access to build a power plant. Ow!
Don't overdo it. Commander, select the power plant button to begin building it. All allied structures build over time inside the construction yard. Once they're ready, you'll be able to place them on the battlefield right away. Your power plant is now ready to be placed. Simply left-click on its button and move your mouse over open terrain. Then left-click on an open spot on the terrain.
That's the way. As the name suggests, a power plant provides your base with power.
And
All
edible.
your structures, with the exception of your power plant and construction yard, use power. You can tell how much power you've got to spare by glancing at the power meter next to your radar. It's important to understand the consequences of a low power situation. While in low power, your units and structures will build at a reduced speed, and your base defenses won't work. So it's always good to have plenty of power as you build up.
The next thing you'll need to get base humming along is an ore refinery. This structure comes with a free prospector vehicle, which will collect ore from that nearby ore mine. To build your ore refinery, select the production tab and select the ore refinery button, just as you did with the power plant.
Bear in mind that a single ore refinery likely will not be enough to fund your military escapades. Try to build an ore refinery next to each ore mine near your base, but be careful to defend them.
Like
Now
hamsters.
that construction is complete, click the ore refinery button and consider where to place it on the battlefield.
No.
While you're able to place your refinery anywhere on open terrain, the optimal location is just in front of an ore mine. You'll see those spots
Oh, that's
ghosted
an
on the
actually
terrain.
cool thing.
As you move your cursor over those spots, your structure preview should snap to the optimal position.
Do we
Then,
build the ore
just
mines,
click
or
to
are they
place your
just
ore
existent
refinery,
already?
and you're set.
They must be existent already. There's some...
Aye, properly executed.
When you place your ore refinery, you get a prospector as part of the deal, and he'll go about collecting ore for you automatically. Pro tip, friend. If by some freak accident one of your prospectors or ore collectors is destroyed, you
Extra
can always
crunchy.
build another from your ore refineries. Just select the ore refinery and you'll see it can build another resource vehicle as its special ability. As long as your ore refinery is close to a mine, you only need one vehicle gathering from it. So don't waste credits making more of those little tykes than you need.
I always wonder, though, how come the mightiest nations in the world need to collect ore while killing each other? I mean, what is even in that stuff?
Tiberium.
Ow!
Don't ask ridiculous questions. Ore is the primary resource in Red Alert 3. Refineries automatically convert into credits, which is the currency used to purchase all units and structures. All mines have a finite amount of resources that will eventually slow to trickle. So, if you deplete an ore mine, it's best to try and expand to another in order to maintain a steady income.
You now have power and an economy set up. You're ready to start training units for the fight. From your production tab, go ahead and build a boot camp. Remember to place it down by selecting its icon, then left-clicking on open terrain. Incidentally, you can rotate the face of a structure you're about to plop down by holding down the left mouse button and moving the mouse around. Let go of the button when ready.
Now that you have a boot camp, you're able to train some infantry. To do this, you may select either your boot camp or the infantry tab under your radar. This will bring up the available units you're able to train. Let's train some so-called peacekeepers. Select the peacekeeper button to start training one. You may queue up multiple peacekeepers by continuing to select on his portrait.
Try holding the shift key to queue up 5 of those blokes at a time.
You can
Already
also
there.
halt the production of units or structures by right-clicking on a production button. Right-clicking a second time will cancel production and refund any credits that were spent.
Yep.
Left-clicking on a paused production process will resume production.
You can set a different rally point for them by selecting the structure and right-clicking some other place. All three factions produce units in the same way, from the respective tabs in the sidebar. By the by, many of your structures aren't restricted to being built on land. You can set them up on water as well. If you build another power plant, try placing it out in the drink. It doesn't cost you any extra, and most ground units won't be able to get to it that way.
Observe, however, that allied structures may only be built in the radius surrounding the construction yard. You may expand your build radius by creating command hubs, which convert from your prospectors. Please select your prospector and use its special ability to unpack it somewhere. Across the water, perhaps. Go ahead, Commander.
Begins converting to a command hub so that other structures can be built nearby. Alright.
I didn't think of that.
I wouldn't have either. I don't know. Will they build another one now? Or only after that one changes? I haven't played this portion in a while.
Objective complete.
So that's going to do another one already, or what will it do?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Oh well.
Also, bear in mind that the Allies' technology level is local to their construction yards or command hubs. That means not all your production structures on the battlefield may offer you the same construction options. You can upgrade your construction yard or your command hub by clicking the Heighten Clearance button with one of these structures selected. Try requesting heightened clearance on both your con yard and your command hub now.
Heightened clearance. Okay. Let's see what that does. And that makes another one of these yet, or what? Oh well, hopefully it will.
That's it. Now the other.
Construction options. Objective complete.
Well, we have stuff.
There it is. Heightened clearance costs you, and there's an even higher clearance level available after that. You need to decide when and where to request better tech when commanding the Allies. Else things may turn rotten.
Yes. Also, should you ever have need to run away like a little girl, you may pack up your conyard, then unpack it on the water. The boot camp and armor facility are the only Allied structures you may not place on the water. Your seaport, on the other hand, is the only structure you may not build on land. Ow! What was that for?
Silence! Surely the commander wants to move on to the other factions by now. Feel free to continue dabbling with the Allies, then select me when you are ready to continue.
Need someone to take
Ready,
a look
sir.
around?
Where's the trouble?
Okay. Now let's get a seaport, see what naval
Ready, sir.
building
Where's the trouble?
naval things there can be.
Ready, sir. Where's the
Will
trouble?
we be fighting the allies though? That would be fun. Not really.
Ready, sir. Where's
Overbuild
the
my
trouble?
allies and then have everyone to
Ready,
deal
sir.
with each
Where's the
other.
trouble?
Okay, what do we have here? A
Ready, sir.
Dolphin,
Where's the trouble?
Prospector, Riptide HCV,
Ready, sir. Where's the
Hydrofoil,
trouble?
Assault Destroyer, max clearance required for the aircraft carrier,
Ready, sir. Where's
and
the
an
trouble?
MCV. Okay. So Spy,
Where's the trouble?
Tanya requires max clearance, Engineer, Rocket Trooper,
Ready, sir. Where's the trouble?
Attack Dog. Okay, well, let's just go on to the
Ready,
Japanese
sir.
one.
Where's the trouble?
Alrighty. Hopefully we'll get to the Soviet one after that. Or is it? Oh, Soviet one now. Okay.
This monstrosity is the Soviet construction yard. You will see that the Soviets build differently from the Allies. Select the construction yard or the production tab, then select the reactor button. Now place the reactor on open terrain as you did with the Allied structures. Do not wait for the reactor to build in the queue, for you would wait forever. Unlike the Allies, the Soviets carelessly build their structures out on the battlefield.
Notice how the structure is hastily being thrown together in the field. While it's building up, it's vulnerable to enemy attack. So be cautious when placing your structures. All Soviet structures build up in this way.
Just like the Allies, however, you can pause and cancel a structure's buildup by right-clicking on its button. And of course, your Soviet structures may be placed at sea, with the exceptions of the barracks and war factory.
Oi, aren't you forgetting something?
Yet. At least, not anymore. Commander, one truly unique Soviet structure you should be aware of is the Crusher Crane. Try building one now from your production structures queue. Crusher cranes work much like construction yards, so now you can build two structures at once from your two separate build queues. What's
Cool.
more, your crane's repair drones will automatically repair nearby vehicles. Or you can order these vehicles into its grinders to crush them for a quick refund. To
Extra
access your
crunchy.
newly added build queues, select the buttons added to the sidebar. Or click the tabs in the sidebar to cycle between queues. You can build multiple
interesting. Flying
production
things.
structures to gain more build queues, allowing you to
Looks-
build more stuff at once. Of course, you'll need plenty of income to support this. Now,
Looks like the
please
robot
feel
from
free
Space
to continue
Invaders.
exploring the richness of the Soviet build system. When you're done, please select the tsunami tank to proceed.
Objective complete.
Get a couple war factories.
Construction complete. New construction options.
Great.
Cancelled. Building.
Yeah, let's get these. Not sure why I started building that, but yeah, let's see here. I have war bears,
Training.
conscripts, black troopers, combat engineers. Let's see here, where's the thing for getting pack up? I don't want to pack up.
Construction complete. New construction options.
collection.
Don't know, where's the tech center or something, right?
Building.
You need engineer?
Do you make armored dolphins? Okay, sentry gun, flak cannon, fortress wall.
Building. Construction complete. New construction options. Building. Low power.
Oh, oh well.
Building.
Extra slow. You guys are number one.
Construction complete.
Yeah, let's
Construction complete.
see, they can't go anywhere
Ready
around
for the
here?
collection.
That's annoying. Oh well. There's that. They can be the A-team. You decide who is who, I guess. Well, this guy's
Somebody
gonna...
called for an engineer.
Let's see. Mr. T was the guy that worked on the van, but, Mad Dog Murdoch was the pilot. I think he also had some engineering skills. They all sort of knew how to weld at least. Oh well. Let's see, War Factory. Plop. And let's get another power plant of doom. Put them all together so when they melt, they can just melt together. That'd be nice and toasty.
Construction complete. Construction complete. New construction options.
Okay, Naval Yard, War Factory, Super Reactor of Doom. Okay. Huh.
Construction complete.
Righty. War Refinery again. Reactor. So that requires that, okay. So flak turret looks like this. And there's Natasha, who's Gina Carano. And a Tesla Trooper. And we have these vehicles of doom. So, War Collector,
Construction complete. New
Sputnik,
construction options.
Terror Drone, oh joy, Sickle,
Construction complete.
Bullfrog, Hammer Tank, MCV, okay. And there's an Ore Collector, a Sputnik. What? There's Sputniks in both things?
Let's move some people
Oh,
down.
amphibious, alright. So, Stingray, Anti-Surface Strike Craft,
Building.
Bullfrog, that's a transport, and a Kula sub, and an MCV. So those would be the two
Batteries fully charged.
plainly naval units at least.
Ready for the collection.
Okay, there's no option for an airfield yet. Where's the thing that would allow us to get a proper, like, what's it called? Increase the tech level. Pack up, I don't want to pack
The
up.
cooler sub ready for the lead.
Oh well.
I'm all packed up.
Can't seem to find where to do that. Alright, let's go to the Japanese one now. Same deal, right? Different varieties of the same basic things. Just now with more mech robot
At
things.
last! Let us continue, Commander, for this will be worth it. The Empire of the Rising Sun has the most unique build system in that our structures are all created from special units called nanocores. Cores may unfurl at the location of your choosing, much like an MCV unpacks into a construction yard. However, unfurled Imperial structures cannot pack back up. Go into your production structures queue and build a generator core. The generator core will be yours to control as soon as it emerges from your construction yard. If you select it, you may give it move commands around the map like any unit. To unfurl it into an instant generator while having it selected, use its unfurled special ability, much like you did with the MCV earlier in this lesson. You
It's a
should
Zerg
now
thing.
have a ghosted image of the instant generator attached to your cursor. Select a spot on open terrain to make your generator core unfurl at that location. All nanocore are amphibious, so they can cross land as well as water.
So like the
This means
silicates
the
in
Empire of the
Submarine
Rising Sun
Titans.
can spread its
They look
borders
kinda like the
far and
Protoss, but they
wide.
build like the Zerg.
Imperial Docks is the only structure that cannot unfurl on land. while the Mecha Bay and Instant Dojo cannot unfurl at sea. One last thing about Imperial production structures. They must be upgraded individually to unlock new construction options. You'll find these upgrades in their build queues. Now, Commander, do you see how superior our production capability is compared with that of my barbaric friends here?
I still like the
think
Soviet
ours
style
is
better.
Oh no. Ow! Ow!
Keep fussing with the Imperial build system if you want, and when you're all set, select me and we'll wrap up.
Yeah, let's wrap up. I think I'm gonna check what Facebook message I got. Alright.
Well, that concludes the lesson on base building. Don't worry, the other ones will be shorter. Mostly. Let's shove off, lads. Commander, see you then.
Alright. Well, take care, everyone. Gonna call it done for now. I might do a few more, but yeah. That was probably my friend asking me to watch his gaming live stream, which will probably last a few hours, who knows. Anyway, take care, everyone, and try not to go crazy.